the Facebook at the same time thing. Got it all going on here right now across all the platforms, across Instagram and Facebook and YouTube all at once, because hey, why not? Why not? So if you're jumping on, give me some love hearts or some likes so that I know that you can hear me. That's always my thing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I have a question for you to start. If I was standing here in front of you with a massive big pool, I was standing in front of you with a massive big pool, and that pool was a pool of nourishment and nurture. And that if you went into that pool, you would feel nourished and nurtured, and that your cup would feel full and overflowing. If I was standing in front of you with that pool, would you walk away, walk past it? Would you dip your toe in and just kind of like check it out, or would you dive on in? Let me know. So I'm going to repeat that because a couple of new people just jumped on and joined right then. If I was standing in front of you right now with a massive big pool, and that pool was nourishment and nurture, and that if you swam in that pool, you would feel nourished, nurtured, your cup would feel full to overflowing. Would you walk past that pool? Would you dip your toe in it? Or would you dive right on in? I'm intrigued because we live in a society, no surprises here, I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know, where we have basically the busy illness, where we are so obsessed with being busy. We're so obsessed with being caught up in the daily life of things that we don't very often stop for a moment to just nurture and nourish ourselves, to come into a place of spaciousness and a space of ease. And most people will say, I don't really have time. Like, life is busy. I don't have time to do that. But there are some really easy tools that you can use to be able to fill your own cup, to be able to nourish and nurture yourself, that actually doesn't take a massive amount of time out of your day, but the return on investment is insane. Let's just say that for the amount of time that you put into this nourishment and nurture, the additional energy that you receive out of that, and the additional inspiration that you receive out of that, then multiplies your capacity for what you are able to do. Hey, Maria, it multiplies your capacity for what you are able to do in a day. So actually, when we stop for a moment and we nourish, we nurture, we find the space of rest within ourselves for a moment, then we can do so much more. Our day becomes even more productive than what it ever has been before. So actually, when we say, I don't have time to stop and rest, I don't have time to nourish, to nurture, you do have the time, because if you stopped for a moment and nourished and nurtured and filled your own cup, then you will get so much more done in the day. You'll be more productive. So the return on investment is massive. Especially when we start to realize, sometimes I think we get into our head that nourishment and nurture has to look a certain way. Like, oh, I don't have time to go and be at the day spa, or I don't have time to go and get a massage, or I don't have the resources, or, like, let's be honest here, like the money to go and spend the day at the spa, or to go and spend the day getting lots of massages. Hey, Jess. And there can be a multitude of reasons why we wouldn't do it. And all of those kind of reasons and excuses, they make a lot of sense because they're real world. But what about if you didn't have to invest in going to a massage? You didn't have to invest in going to a spa. I mean, you can, because they're pretty amazing. Let's be honest. I live in Bali and I like to go to the spa a lot. So let's be honest. But what about if you didn't have to invest in those things, and you didn't have to invest in anything external to yourself in order to be able to feel full, and in order for your cup to feel so full that it's overflowing? Because let's be honest, if our cup is full and we are overflowing, we become better partners, we become better parents, we become better friends, we become better workers. If we work for somebody else, we become way better employees and employers when we're coming from this space of my cup is so full that it is overflowing to you. And again, I feel like so many people get caught in this headspace of, I don't have time for that. It's not easy, blah, yada, 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 yada. Insert problem here. Insert excuse and reason here. But there are some tools and some tips that I'm going to share with you, and also Jamie Miranda and Zoe Butler. Next week, we are doing a feminine awakening, I guess you could call it an event, over a period of 2 weeks. Don't go, oh my God, I don't have time to go to a 2-week thing. Because literally what we are doing is holding this big pool of nourishment and nurture. We're holding it open for 2 weeks. And you can choose to come and pop your toe in, take a little sip from the nourishment pool, or you might choose to just literally like dive on in head first, smother me in the bath and the pool of nourishment and nurture, whatever actually feels great for you and whatever feels good for your life and whatever feels inspiring for what you're doing in the moment. But it's a space that is held where we are going to share with you some of the most profound ways that I have found to connect into your own body, which I'll give you a hint is where the nourishment and nurture is found, not out here and not in here, but in here. And so we're going to give you some very easy to replicate. We're going to give you, first of all, some experiences that will open your body into something new, that will open your experience into something new, that will open your eyes, your body, your mind, your soul into something different. But will also give you very easy to repeat pieces that you can bring into your own life that fill your cup, that nourish and nurture you without you needing to outsource and without you needing to be in the I don't have time for it or I don't have the resources for it. And so when I say filling your own cup first and this nourishment and nurture, massive return on investment, same thing for this experience that we're holding for you is actually, the return on investment's crazy because it's only an $88 2-week container anyway. But then put that into all the additional practices that you will receive and all the different ways that you can begin to connect into yourself again, as well as the experiences that you will receive throughout that 2 weeks. And it's kind of a no-brainer, really. I think it's a no-brainer anyway, to come and join us for that 2 weeks. So it starts next week on the 6th of July. That's very soon, on the 6th of July. And we're holding calls every second day for 90 minutes. You are welcome to be on as many as those calls or as few as what feels amazing for you. The replays will be available all the way through till the 22nd of July. And I can tell you from the women that I have witnessed coming through the work that Jamie and Zoe Butler and myself hold, these women are alive, sparkly eyes and alive and full of life and overflowing, and they still have busy lives. There are many of them who are mums in the temple. There are many of them who are juggling multiple situations in their life. But even with juggling all of these multiple situations in their life, you can feel them. You can feel the life essence coming through them. And that is something that we want to be able to share with you. We want to be able to share with you some of what are the secrets. What are these women doing in the Temple of Carmela that is what on earth is going on in that space? Because one of the things that I hear a lot is, oh, we can tell the women who have been through the Temple of Carmela. It's obvious. It's palpable on the women who have been through it. We're going to tell you some of the secrets on how that happens and why that happens. We're not just going to tell you them. We're going to give you some of those pieces as well so that you too can have that experience. So it would be so incredibly beautiful to see you, to have you in that space with us. No matter which platform you are watching this from, you can see the link in my bio. And come and be nourished, be nurtured, be held, find a space of spaciousness and of being able to trust this body, feel safe within your own body. These are the things that we're working with. How can I trust me? How can I trust my body? How can I feel safe in my own body? How can I tap into the well of feminine sacred waters, of the mysteries of the feminine sacred waters, and allow myself to drink from that until my cup is overflowing? How can I begin to reset that this body is sacred? This body that you are in is sacred. How can you reset that? How can you connect into your womb and the womb space? I want to say, when I say the womb and the womb space, you may have a womb and you might not have a womb. We still have a womb space. We still have an energetic womb. I know that might be like for some of you, but we'll activate that and guide you into that within this couple of weeks together. And also connect you into the cosmic womb, which is really where the master creator self is. This is where we begin to birth projects we're bringing in, businesses, art, creative projects, our own soul, and of course, the next generation, which is one of, anyone who follows me knows that is one of my biggest drivers, is the next generation, these high vibrational collectives that are coming through and preparing for them to come through as well. So, yum. It's a no-brainer. Hayden, thank you so much for the question. Is it just for females? So mostly, however, not completely. And now that just didn't answer your question at all. We are open to some different bodies coming in who are not female, with just having a conversation with me so that I can sense and feel if it's an experience that that if you've had any type of experience like this before, and if not, something that I would need to give you some guidance on. So please feel, if it's something that's like calling to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I think I would like that, please private message me, and I would love to have that chat with you, because I feel like this work is just as potent for every body type, every experience that we are having. So I think that that's all I'm going to drop here for today, but you're likely to see me popping on here every day now for the next few days as we head into this event. But I just want to remind you how important it is. I feel tears want to well up, which is why I'm pausing. How important it is for you to come home to yourself and to not be disconnected, because we live in a world that is very disconnected. Let's be honest, we live in a society that has us leaving our body, that has us disconnect from everything. And if you look at it, interestingly, it's to the benefit of some people if they keep us in the busy game and if they keep us disconnected, because the more disconnected that we are from our own bodies and from our own needs, well, what are we going to do? We're going to go and spend money to buy things to try and fill the cup that isn't being filled by ourselves. So you're not going to see big corps try to bring in things that will provide you with nurture that comes from the inside, rather than sell you a million things on the outside that you need to put on you or put in you to be able to find that nourishment and nurture that you need to continue to outsource from somewhere else, because that's to the benefit of others, to make us feel disconnected, to make us feel unlovable, unworthy, disconnected, depressed, down, empty, lonely, because then we will go out and we will look for different ways that we can fill that. And I want to be able to provide you ways that you don't have to source that externally. You can source it externally for fun. Like, I want to go and have a massage, and I want to go to the spa, and I want to eat amazing food, and I want to buy like the vitamins, and I want to have the things that feel good for me just because I want to have them because they feel good for me, not because I need them to fill an empty hole, a big gaping empty hole. And I know for me, that's what life used to feel like, was this big gaping empty freaking hole that I was trying to buy all the things. What about if I buy another pair of really expensive shoes, or a designer dress, or a whatever? What about if I buy another $200 face cream? Is that going to make me feel complete? Is that going to make me feel full? Is that going to make me feel whole and nourished? What about if I spend another $1,000 and go and, do whatever, all the things? This is where I absolutely used to live. But it's not where you have to be. There's a choice to choose something different. And that's what we would like to guide you into in the Feminine Awakening. So as I said, it starts on the 6th of July. The link is in my bio, whatever platform you are tuning in from. We're on all the things at the moment. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So wherever you are, go and look in the bio. You'll find the link to the Feminine Awakening. And I would absolutely love to see you there, to meet you there, to connect with you there, and to provide some nourishment and some nurture for your body and for your soul. So sending you lots of love wherever you are in this amazing, amazing world. If you have any questions, please feel free to private message me. Or obviously I can answer anything on the comment threads as well, but my inbox is open. If you have any questions, drop me a line. Sending you lots of love, nurturing, and all the goodness. Bye.